Hey there, gorgeous. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, my name is Kylie, and you have arrived on a channel that's all about my VSG or gastric sleeve surgery. So, this video is all about how I am preempting the hair loss. So, hair loss is a big thing after gastric surgery. A lot of people have said it's because of the shock of the surgery. Not sure about that because I've had a double knee replacement, so like both done at the same time. I didn't get hair loss then, that was 18 months ago. I've had a hysterectomy, no hair loss then. So yeah, I'm not sure the exact mechanism. I would say it's more likely the way less calories, the way less nutrients going, sort of your scalp, your hair is the least of the body's problems, so it diverts all the nutrients that are available everywhere else, which is why I'm kind of in a really great position. Being a naturopath and a clinical nutritionist and a herbalist, I'm already looking for the best ways of cramming in as much nutrition as I possibly can in lots of different ways. Mostly liquid, obviously, from even supplement perspectives and that kind of thing. So I would say that's what the hair loss is about at that time. However, anything you do that's going to hasten the damage that can be avoided, that's what I'm doing right now. So I have been thinking about letting my greys come through for about 2 or 3 years now. It's been a while, but never been brave enough. You know, vanity shines through and I'm like, oh no. Then that tells the whole world that I'm actually 51, right? As if going grey doesn't tell, as if staying brown, I should say, staying brunette tells you that I'm 21. I don't think so, but anyway, it's all right. So, vanity aside, I finally decided, and the reason I've been thinking about it for a couple of years is because I've had grey hair due to my thyroid disease, no doubt, since I was probably late 20s, like 30, definitely it started coming through. And in the last 5 to 8 years, I have been having to diet every 4 weeks without fail. Otherwise, you see these roots that are coming through that you can see here, right? So, but because I had dark brown hair, it was really obvious, obviously. And because I have online work to do and videos to make, I was just paranoid. And so for the last week prior to having my roots redone, I would stay off social media. I would avoid, clients, anything like that, because I didn't want to see my roots, which was driving me insane. There's no freedom in that. So I decided when it came about that I was going to have this surgery, I went, now's the time. I don't want to, even though the hair dye that I have been using, I've been going to an organic salon for the last 5 years. The brand is called Naturalique. I'll pop it in the description box because they're all over the world. They're worldwide. So you will be able to find a hairdresser near you that actually stocks this product. There are others. I know there are others, but this is the one that I'm familiar with. Anyway, it was developed by a guy from Denmark whose wife had cancer and still wanted to dye her hair, and so he developed this. Talk about a labor of love, right? So it's lovely, and my hair's in good condition. Well, it was until I had foils put in it to let the grey come through. And foils are very damaging to the hair, even though the foils was still the same Naturalique product with no ammonia and all that kind of thing. It definitely dries out your hair, so it's struggling a little bit at the moment, but that's okay. So what I did was, the first time I went, I said to my hairdresser, who knew this time was coming, she could see that I was like building up to this, and I said, yep, can you just put a few streaks in, a few foils in, so that I can to try and match my hair, and I'll just see how I feel about it. So I did that. I didn't mind it, didn't hate it. Nobody on social media like poo-pooed me for it. So I went, right. So I then went back, and then I realized like how much it was going to cost to just do a little bit at a time, because up until now I'd only been having my roots done every month. I never did a whole head of hair, just the roots every month. But to get a half head of foils was hideously expensive. And I may not have liked it. I may have ended up going back to dyeing my hair. So I didn't want to spend all this needless money on testing it out. So my husband expected me to be going this day for just a few more, and I came back like this. And so you can see underneath, I only had a half head on the top. This is my normal color, and this is like my natural color. And I didn't do the under the head because the back of my head isn't grey. It's only the top of my hair that's grey anyway. So that's how my hair would have grown out naturally anyway. So I came back like this, and he was like, oh, I thought you were going slowly. And I was like, yeah, so did I, but I changed my mind because of the cost. So he was like, okay. So I have gotten used to it. It's been about 3 weeks, I think now. Yeah, 3 weeks I think it's been. And I don't mind, and I like it more and more. And I thought I was going to have to go back to have more done, as I said, because it's clearly not the same as my whatever colour that's going to be coming out, white, grey, I'm not sure. But I'm okay with it to go the way it is. It needs a cut now, but apart from that, I figure I'm not going to do any more to it because it's now at least in the best condition it could be for surgery. So the other thing that I've come across in my research of hair loss is an article I came across about menopause and hair loss, and a herb that is often used in this situation, even though it's a herb that I've used it on clients, but more for straightening out their periods. And this is chaste tree, also called Vitex. So you may have heard of it before, but it's used often with hair loss with women in menopause. And it made me realize that menopause is essentially a dumping of estrogen. When you have weight loss surgery, all your excess fat, your excess weight is actually estrogen, right? So we're dumping estrogen. So my theory is, and because there's nothing dangerous about me taking chaste tree, if you want to take it and you want to have a go and see your naturopath or herbalist or whoever you deal with, to make sure it doesn't interact with anything that you're taking. You can't take chaste tree if you are on the pill, for example, because they negate one another. They cancel each other out. So there are times that you can use it and times that you can't. For me personally, I know that there's no reason why I can't take it. It won't hurt me. If you take too much chaste tree, there's a reason it's called chaste, and that's because they used to use it for monks to keep their libido really low. But there's a good guideline, and there's a product that I like from Flawless called Premula. I've been using it for years with clients, and it's really good. It's got a nice medium level in it, but once again, go and see somebody about what you could be taking or doing that could interact with any of these. Always do that. I know people say that to cover their ass, but honestly, what is the point in spending money on a herb that could be negating this vitamin that you're also taking, right? And you're getting nothing out of both of them. So always, that's why you go and see someone who's trained and who has studied for 4 years around this thing, okay? So please promise me you will do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the chaste tree to see if it helps negate hair loss. I'm only using doTERRA shampoos at the moment, which I don't think is organic, but it's pretty natural. It's the best one that I've found that lathers up. All the organic ones tend to just don't do anything. I have got an organic purple shampoo now for once every now and again. Pardon me. For when my to stop your grays. This is a whole new world to me. I'm not up on this sort of stuff, but apparently it stops your grays from looking yellow, or your white hair from looking yellow. You use purple shampoo to counteract it. So, but that Natural Leak has a purple shampoo and conditioner and a purple mousse. So I will be using that as well. So I've put myself in the best possible position of not losing much hair. And from what I've watched a lot of YouTube videos from hairdressers and things like that. I actually have layered hair. So if you do start losing hair, a blunt cut makes it look fuller. So I will head for that direction anyway. It needs a trim anyway. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, and that's why, honestly, why I finally bit the bullet to try the going greys. And I've done it in a way that hopefully now mine can just grow out without me having to fiddle with it and put more foils in it and, you know, distress it even more than it will be after VSG surgery. So that's me and my hair. So if you have any tips and tricks, if you've gone down that road of making your hair healthy for surgery, or if you've lost hair after surgery, would love to hear about it. Have you heard about the chase tree berry? Have you used it before? And have you had any luck with it? Or have you had any luck with anything else? I know castor oil is meant to bring it in as well. I know quite a few tips because people with thyroid disease do lose hair anyway. I haven't had really an issue for a long time. I've GHD'd it just for this video, but my hair is fine, but I've got a lot of it, so it's not too much of an issue at this point, but we'll see. So yeah, I would love to hear your tips and tricks as well, and yeah, share everything. I will see you on the next video. Bye.